Inside the labyrinthine folds of the human brain, an extraordinary dance unfolds every second of every day. Here, billions of nerve cells spark and fire, weaving the intricate tapestry of thought, feeling, and memory that makes each of us unique. To truly understand how the brain conjures our inner world, from fleeting ideas to deep emotions and lasting recollections, we must embark on a journey through its remarkable architecture and the hidden processes that bring our minds to life. Let's begin with the fundamental building blocks, neurons. Each human brain contains roughly 86 billion of these specialized cells, each one capable of forming thousands of connections or synapses with its neighbors. These connections form complex circuits, allowing information to zip through the brain at lightning speed. When you have a thought, it's not a single event, but the collective activity of millions of neurons firing in synchrony. Neurons communicate using both electrical impulses and chemical messengers known as neurotransmitters. It's this symphony of electrical and chemical signals that creates the foundation for all mental activity. Thought itself remains one of the brain's great mysteries, a product of both structure and function. The cerebral cortex, the crinkled outer layer of the brain, plays a leading role in conscious thought. Within the cortex, different regions specialize in different tasks. The frontal lobes, for example, are the command center for reasoning, planning, and decision-making. When you solve a problem or reflect on an experience, networks within the frontal cortex ignite, drawing on memories, emotions, and sensory information from other parts of the brain. This integration allows us to imagine the future, analyze the present, and learn from the past. But thoughts do not exist in isolation. They are colored and shaped by our emotions. At the heart of emotional processing lies a cluster of structures known as the limbic system. The amygdala is the brain's emotional alarm bell, alerting us to threats and triggering feelings like fear or excitement. The hippocampus, another key player, helps form and retrieve memories, tying our emotions to our experiences. The hypothalamus, tucked deeper still, controls the physical responses that accompany emotion, your racing heart, sweating palms, or the butterflies in your stomach. Emotions are not just reactions, they are essential guides, helping us navigate a complex world. They prioritize what we pay attention to and influence the decisions we make. When you feel joy, your brain releases dopamine, a chemical that reinforces pleasurable behaviors. Conversely, feelings of sadness or anxiety can be traced to shifts in other neurotransmitters like serotonin and norepinephrine. These chemical surges ripple through networks, affecting not just mood, but also memory, focus, and even physical health. Now, let's explore how the brain records and recalls our lives through memory. Memories are not stored like files in a cabinet. Instead, they are distributed across networks of neurons throughout the brain. When an event occurs, sensory information floods into the cortex and is relayed to the hippocampus. The hippocampus acts like a librarian, cataloging experiences and linking them with related emotions, places, and people. Over time, these memories are gradually transferred to long-term storage in the cortex, a process known as consolidation. Recall is a dynamic act. Each time a memory is retrieved, the neural pathways involved are strengthened and sometimes altered. This is why memories can change over time, influenced by new experiences or emotions. The vividness of a memory often depends on its emotional impact. Traumatic events, for example, can forge powerful, lasting memories because the amygdala and hippocampus work together to encode them more deeply. But what about the moments when our minds seem to wander aimlessly, or when inspiration strikes out of the blue? These instances are powered by the brain's default mode network, a constellation of regions that becomes active during rest, daydreaming, or introspection. This network helps us imagine possibilities, reflect on ourselves, and connect the dots in novel ways. It's here that creativity and insight often emerge, showing that even in stillness, the brain is hard at work. The interplay between thoughts, emotions, and memories is constant and intricate. For example, a familiar scent can trigger a flood of recollections, or a single thought can provoke a wave of emotion. This is possible because the brain's networks are deeply interconnected. The prefrontal cortex, which governs rational thinking, is tightly linked to the limbic system, allowing reason and emotion to shape each other. This balance is crucial for sound judgment and emotional well-being. Throughout our lives, the brain remains remarkably adaptable, a quality known as neuroplasticity. Every new experience, every learned skill, and every repeated thought or feeling can reshape the brain's wiring. When we practice gratitude, learn a language, or recover from trauma, we are literally rewiring our brains, forging new connections and strengthening existing ones. This adaptability underlies our capacity for growth, healing, and transformation. Yet, the brain's complexity is not without vulnerability. Disruptions in the balance of neurotransmitters or damage to specific regions can result in profound changes in thought, emotion, and memory. Conditions like depression, anxiety, or Alzheimer's disease remind us that the mind is both resilient and fragile, and that caring for our brains is essential to a vibrant life. Modern neuroscience continues to unravel the mysteries of the mind, revealing ever more about how thoughts, emotions, and memories are woven together. Techniques like functional MRI allow scientists to watch the brain in action, mapping the flow of information in real time. These insights are helping to develop new treatments for mental health conditions and innovative ways to enhance learning and well-being. Yet, despite our growing knowledge, the human brain remains, in many ways, the final frontier. Each thought, each feeling, and each memory is a testament to its complexity and wonder. It is the organ that enables us to love, to dream, to create, and to remember. Inside the human brain, the story of who we are is written, moment by moment, in the living language of electricity and chemistry. So, the next time you find yourself lost in thought, swept up by emotion, or reminiscing about days gone by, remember that your brain is performing a miracle, a billion neurons working in concert to bring your inner world to life. This is the astonishing reality of how thoughts, emotions, and memories really work, deep within the folds of the human brain.